academic, my turn to tell you about a cool paper that I read.
You read an academic paper?
It's a good one! Tell me. Yes, it's by Relebohile Mojaki and colleagues about how communities in Lesotho who are affected by drought understand and conceptualize it and how drought affects their livelihoods.
So it is a qualitative study on drought perceptions and experiences. What did people say?
Well, respondents defined drought years as years with delayed onset of the rains, with prolonged dry spells within the season, and an abrupt end of the rainy season.
That's useful for climate modelers to know. Climate studies often focus on total rainfall, but this definition emphasizes the distribution of rain throughout the season, which must be much more relevant for farmers.
Exactly. And it's not clear that current seasonal forecasts are very useful. People get weather forecasts, but they complain that the forecasts lack actionable advisory information.
That's a key point. But what would people actually do if the forecasts were more useful?
Well, for example, people said they could refrain from mating their animals if they received a drought forecast early enough.
That makes sense. Reducing herd size could help manage risk.
Another common strategy is delaying planting, hoping rains will eventually come. But sometimes this can backfire and farmers end up not planting at all.
That's tough. How do they cope then? We were asking similar questions in that other paper we discussed.
Coping mechanisms vary. Some are harmful, like selling productive assets at very low prices, cutting back on meals, or taking on debt from unscrupulous moneylenders. But there are more positive strategies that people talked about too, like sharecropping, casual labor as domestic workers or farmhands, and income-generating activities like crafting. And youth often migrate to urban areas or to South Africa to look for work.
So the real challenge is creating advisories that are salient, information farmers can use to make better decisions under uncertainty, and pairing that with support for early action and preparedness.
Exactly. Ideally, better engagement could help farmers avoid these damaging coping strategies and strengthen their ability to adapt.